Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Rams out to the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Forced to his right. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So, Greg, here come the Rams, and for a minute there in the offseason, maybe this would have looked very differently, but Matthew Stafford is back, Sean McVay is here, and I don't know about you, but when I see those two together, I get worried if I'm on the other side of the field.
And I'll tell you what, you think back just a couple years ago.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
On play action. Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so high. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
We'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Tackle made by Nate Landman.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They'll try and run it with Brooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll go play action with Stroud. Brought in by the tight end, Schultz. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
First and 10.
First down, Houston.
Stroud. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Second and 4. At the 12-yard line.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's caught by Brooks. And he's out of bounds at the 5, and they're in business. It is first and goal.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Back to throw. Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. Now Stroud to the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Houston. What a start to the year. His 2nd touchdown in this opening half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. because right now they don't have one for this guy.
The Rams offense about ready to take over once more. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality, you just are reminded of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC a year ago, and then to find themselves 6-11 at the bottom looking up, it's pretty remarkable. But to your point, Mike, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is stronger. There's so many elements, the way the NFL schedule is set up, it's all tied. If you're good, we're trying to bring you back down towards the middle. If you're bad, we're trying to bring you up towards the middle. It's a league of parity. It's a league of ups and downs. And the teams that can break through that and sustain success, you got to give them a lot of credit.
And what I love about this division, Greg, is the different philosophical challenges that defenses see. We know Kyle Shanahan does with the Niners, the Rams and Sean McVay, always at the top end of the game. And then the unpredictability of Kyler Murray, plus the physicality that Seattle has played with. You've got to have a lot of clubs in your bag to play defense in the NFC West.
Oh, absolutely. And just think even a couple years ago, it was even harder when those teams were all competing for Super Bowls year in and year out. So it's a really good division. You have to be able to play really tough.
He will get into the end zone. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The extra point from Harding is good. And the Rams will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Texans, and Greg, this is a good run. Back-to-back division titles, back-to-back 10-7 seasons. Question now for this Texans franchise. What's the next step? How do they take the step to join the big teams in the AFC?
Well, I'm with you, and I think after the promise of 2 years ago in C.J. Stroud and that great rookie season, DeMeco Ryans' year 1 as a head coach, even though they won the division, Mike, there was a bit of a regression. I think anybody who watched them, anyone who studied, said this wasn't exactly the Texans, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that we saw in year past. So as that division continues to get better, they're not going to have the luxury of 6 games a year where they're the better roster. So they've got to improve. They've got a new look offense with a new offensive coordinator. What impact does that have on the development of C.J. Stroud? As C.J. Stroud develops, as he goes, the rest of that locker room and team, they're going to go right alongside him.
That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing is Stroud.
42-yard line.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. They're going to take over now at their own 34-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Stafford now. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It's 3rd and 7.
Throw on 3rd down, Stafford. He gets this to the veteran tight end, Higbee. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. So 4th down, the Rams will send out Ethan Evans to punt. Take this in, back at the 16. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. From the 6, here comes a return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try to knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a lead, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule. And that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple of years. So as bad as things feel with your Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of these teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list. Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many growth.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but it's out of bounds, says the official who was right there. Not the most accurate pass. It's incomplete, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Stroud. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. They gain 18 yards on that one. It's good for a Texans 1st down. Stroud to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch. Found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line. On 2nd down, Stroud out to his right. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Rams offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
Well, I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him. Davante Adams, always not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing by the Rams.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
To the left side, and Adams has it. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
A gain of only a yard.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams punting unit coming out. We forced a punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get it out of bounds. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Stroud. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, it's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Rams offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And a good run there. Going to give him 5 yards.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
My man. Be ready.
On play action, it's Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he will score! Puka Nakua! Touchdown, L.A. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. Moving to his right. A throw out wide. That is dropped. That could be a live football. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Automatic first hit.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. Forced out to his right. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Tie game late, and they want to play with some tempo. On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
Now, Stroud. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk. And that'll set up 4th down. To throw is Stroud. That's incomplete. Daring call on 4th down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down. They'll go with Williams. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
They come to the line needing 6 yards for a 1st down. They'll drop to throw.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker. But you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Texans offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Stroud to throw. That ball intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Ole Miss. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick six, but he does set up the offense with first and goal.
Down and goal at the 5-yard line.
Stafford working from the pistol. That one taken in. Devontae Adams. Touchdown Rams. For Adams, it's career touchdown number 104. Third amongst active players, but his first as an LA Ram.
Makes the score.
That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his fourth touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Texans offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to first and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And that will lead to a second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. On the sideline, Kirk pulls it in. Gain of 13 for number 13. And a first down.
And the Texans first down.
On first and 10, here's Stroud. Rolling right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Throwing is Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, and they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. Into the hands of Dell on the right side. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Final seconds here, overtime looming on the horizon as they kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's first down. Here we go. One final play. A ball deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. So, overtime coming up, and remember the rules now were changed in the offseason. They're the same as the overtime playoff rules. So each team gets to possess the football once. If you score a touchdown in the opening drive, it's no longer a walk-off. The other team can match it. From then on, it's next score wins. Each team gets 3 timeouts. Any defensive score ends the game. All replay challenges come from upstairs, and we play 1 overtime period. If it's still tied, that's the way the game ends. The return starts from the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Now a first throw here in overtime. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's taken down up past the 35. Stroud connects with Collins, and it's a first down for Houston.
On the quick, right?
Up the middle they go. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The 46-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and inches.
Here we go. At 18.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Texans.
18.
They'll stay on the ground. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to have it with a chance to win this game here in overtime.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house.
And he will score again. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So it's a win here for the Rams. They move to 1-0, getting the victory to begin the...